I mentioned in response to questions that the Commissioners were keen to continue our work of informing the Australian public about the facts of climate change. Over the last week, we've really been blown away by offers of support and donations. Most people told us to keep going, and they really appreciated our reports and information. In fact, many of them found our work vital to what they do. So that's what we're here this morning to announce. We are going to keep going. The Australian Climate Commission represented a simple idea that Australians have a right to know, a right to information, by independent experts about the state of our planet and our climate. I've spoken to the other commissioners, two of which are here with us this morning, and we agree that without an informed public, Australia is unlikely to make the decisions that will safeguard our future against a dangerous climate. An informed public is crucial to a functioning democracy and crucial to tackling climate change. Information is important for our community to prepare for changes ahead. Our fire services, for example, must be prepared for increasing fire danger in Tasmania, Victoria, some parts of New South Wales and South Australia. It's critical that our hospitals and medical services are prepared for increasing likelihood of heat waves. Our coastal communities need to prepare for increasing sea levels, while many agricultural communities have to prepare for changing rainfall patterns. So, we are going to keep going. Today, I'm delighted to announce the creation of the Australian Climate Council. Its mandate and composition in terms of commissioners, now councillors, remain largely the same as that of the Australian Climate Commission. 3 of our councillors can be with us today: Professor Will Stephan, Mr Jerry Houston and myself. The Climate Council will work with experts across science, solutions, international action and economics. Our job will be to connect them to the community, to make sure that their messages are understood. The Climate Commission's only role has been to provide the facts to the Australian public about climate change. Similarly, the Climate Council will be a not-for-profit organisation that will provide information to the Australian public on climate change. It will be a fiercely independent and apolitical body focused on providing the facts. We are all going to volunteer our time to get this off the ground. I wish to reassure you that we'll guard our independence as fiercely as ever. We are also fiercely apolitical. There are a lot of opinions in politics, but this is about simply providing the facts. People from right across the political spectrum and from all walks of life have contacted us offering their support. They understand why it's important that we continue our work. They, like us, truly understand the importance of Thomas Jefferson's words that information is the currency of democracy. How will we be funded? By the public, by people power. We're raising money Obama style in small donations online from the public, from ordinary Australians, although in my view they are extraordinary Australians. They're the ones who've stepped up, recognised the need and sacrificed just a bit to make sure the job gets done. Our first donor called in at midnight last night, $15 from James in New South Wales. Since then, over 1,000 people have donated. We're blown away by people's generosity, and we hope that more and more people will join that move to donate and make sure that the message remains strong. This is really important to me personally. Just 10 weeks ago, our family was blessed with the arrival of a baby boy. When I look at him, I know that he and the 300,000 other babies born in Australia this year have a very good chance of being alive in 2100. When I look at the business as usual projections for climate change, so let's just keep going as we are and not change anything, I can tell you the outcome looks horrific. I'm filled with horror at the thought of all of those young Australians facing a dismal future. In fact, it is utterly unacceptable. Action taken this decade will be critical in shaping Australia's future and the future of all those young Australians. It is, as we've never tired of saying, the critical decade for action on climate change. Next week, the world's leading climate science body, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, will be releasing its latest report. It's a report 5 years in the making, collating the research of thousands of scientists to provide a detailed technical picture of a changing climate. The public needs to understand what the IPCC's rather technical reports are saying, and I'm delighted to announce that Professors Will Steffen and Leslie Hughes, two of Australia's top climate scientists, will be leading the charge for the Council in explaining those reports. Make no mistake, we're in the middle of a titanic struggle. Indeed, I think that the fight for a clean and safe environmental future is reaching its peak. We can, indeed science tells us that we must, in the next few decades, shift decisively away from fossil fuels and into a clean energy technology. We in the world have started that task, but as we succeed, the resistance and the disinformation just keep growing. That's why we're here today. This isn't a time for giving up. Rather, it's a time for determination, for standing up for what's right, and maybe even a time for a little sacrifice. That is what the Australians who've supported us have done. We're enormously thankful to them and their support of us, and therefore the entire nation and community is just invaluable. You can find us online at climatecouncil.org.au. In return for your support, we promise to empower you as you strive for a better future for your children and all humanity. After all, knowledge really is power. Thank you.